Welcome back, everybody. We're here at Golf Clash East Coast Tournament. We're going to do the rookie guide with low-level clubs. Let's get started.
Hole number 1.
Alright, so here we are at hole 1, and we find out rather quickly that we should not try to go to the right because we don't have curl. We're putting in a power 1 ball with lots of side spin, but we don't have enough curl with these clubs. So we're just going to play it safe and hop over the sand or go just left of the sand and keep it from going all the way to the rough. As you can see, my wind is going to make me hit about 2 rings to the left of where I'm aiming.
Great shot.
Alright, even with the great shot, I still miss the sand and get out nicely into the middle of the fairway. Okay, so for your second shot, we would love to have the Guardian here, but if you don't have it yet, that's okay. We can definitely make it work with the Viper. The wind, luckily, is a side wind, so it's going to be easy to do this rough bump. We move our side spin all the way over to try to get it to aim closer to the hole. And then, again, with the low-level clubs, we're just going to do about 2 miles per hour per ring. So I'm about 1.8, 1.9 rings, and I probably should have maybe played 1.5 rings.
Perfect shot.
But still, it gets pretty close.
Nice on. Hole number 2.
Okay, so we're at the second hole, and we're going to use our wood. We just want to aim it to where it's going to roll up the hill and then back towards the hole. The 2 backspins, very important here, because we don't want it to go too short but not too long. Aim it rolling towards the hole. We're at the end of the club, so we're going to take a little bit extra. It's about 1.5 rings, and no curl.
Perfect shot.
So it bounces, rolls up the hill, and then kind of comes towards the hole.
Nice on. Hole number 3.
Okay, so here we are at our first par 5, and most people are going to get a birdie, so don't worry about it. Just play it safe. You just want to get it up close here. Bring your longest wood you have for your second shot, and just pop it up there close. No topspin. Move it back 2.5 rings, and let it roll up close, but don't go into the rough.
Perfect shot.
So that's nice and conservative. And again, bring your long wood. Okay, so for our second shot, we have our horizon. We're going to use full topspin, full overpower, because we want to get past that rough patch and roll it up close to the sand trap in the middle. It'd be nice if we can keep it on the fairway, but don't worry, you can still reach the green. Just get it as far up as you can.
Perfect shot.
So we get past the rough and roll it up there. And luckily stay on fairway. Now, here's where we find out where Ball Guide will definitely help. I would actually say no backspin here, even though I did take 1 backspin, because you want it to get to the hole. It's okay to go past the hole and roll back, but you don't want to be short. And I would also under adjust because you don't want to clip that rough.
Perfect shot.
So we get a good bounce, but we're a little short. Hey, the good news is we're on the green and we're putting for bird.
Nice on.
Hole number 4.
Alrighty, now we have an option. We can go left of the tree or we can go right of the tree. Either way, you just want it to hop over and get onto that next fairway. That would work fine, but in the end I decided to go to the right side, which is fine, but be careful with the right side. You do not want it to go to the right, because if you get stuck in that rough, you are not reaching the green. So how you can great proof yourself is put a little bit of left curl on there. Oh no! But I think we'll be okay because we put just a little bit of curl on. But a little bit more curl would probably be safer. Okay, so for your second shot, because you're on the fairway, you can reach easily. Again, because we have such low-level clubs and we're not 100% certain about the rings, let's just play it close. And do not over-adjust on the rings because you want it to bounce on the green and get close. I probably could have backed up just a little bit more.
Perfect shot.
But we have our easy bird and we keep moving.
Hole number 5.
Okay, so for this par 3, backspin is the most important thing. No, we don't have a lot of ball guide, but we have a little more backspin with this club. And I generally like to put it right there in the middle and aim it as close to the hole as I can, the ball guide, but then over adjust my rings. So I'm going to pretend like it's a 4-mile-an-hour wind and move it 2 full rings. So that's about a 25% downhill adjustment. And that way, at least you're going to be on the green and close.
Perfect shot.
Sometimes it falls in for you.
Hole in one.
Hole number 6.
Alright, so we don't have an impossible eagle hole on this par 5, but it is very difficult with these clubs. The mistake I make is I want to try to reach across instead of just sticking it on that second fairway on the right where I'm aimed now. I'm trying to reach all the way across, and that's fine if you have the Amazon rough iron or even a high-level Nirvana. Then you can still reach the green. But again, I was just experimenting to see how far I could reach.
Perfect shot.
I think the best approach for low-level clubs is to get it onto this fairway I just bounced on and stay there. And then you can bounce over to the green with a big dog. Okay, so as you can see, a Machete 3 is not going to be able to reach. So we're just going to lay up and get it close so that we could chip it to the green and possibly get that eagle.
Perfect shot.
And as you can see, we're set up nicely for a chip. Unfortunately for me though, I only have a level 4 dart. Very little wind. The ball should go in if you adjust it right, but unfortunately I just eyeball it, and don't over adjust because you're at the end of the club, so you really need to take 2.5 rings behind, back it up and to the left, and I just didn't go far enough left. But it's definitely a doable shot if you can't find a way to get to the green in two.
Nice on.
So take your bird, keep moving.
Hole number 7.
Alright, here we are, back to a par 3. We're going to use the Viper because we don't really need any top spin or back spin. We're just going to aim it at the hole with this wonderful spin ball, and then back it up almost 2 rings. And it should be great proof in either direction, but we also want to make sure we put just a little bit of left curl on it to stay away from that rough.
Great shot.
And though we did hit it great, I do believe a perfect ball would have been really close to that hole. But hey, we're putting. Let's keep moving.
Nice on.
Hole number 8.
Alright guys, now we have a tough one. This is a par 4. Bring your big dog, or Horizon if you have it, because you're going to need some distance on that second shot. The reason for that is we're going to get down to the third fairway right in front of that last bunker. And we don't want it to go long into the rough or bunker, but we do need it to get at least into the middle of that fairway. Putting a little bit of curl just to keep it to the left side.
Perfect shot.
And we're right in the middle of the fairway area. That's where you want to be. A little closer is fine, but not too close. Okay, the reason I said Horizon is because of Ball Guide. You can do this with the big dog, but it's going to be iffy and guessy. You just want no topspin, no backspin, and I'm going to make the mistake of possibly taking a little bit of backspin, but you just want it to hop over and curl it to the left. It's roughly 2 rings at that distance. There's my mistake. I put that backspin on, so it's not going to hop all the way to the green.
Great shot.
We do get the hop, but it doesn't roll all the way up the hill. The good news is, guys, I can still make that shot, so keep moving.
Folio number 9.
Alright, here we are on the last par 5, hole number 9. I would say go to the right, but be very careful with your topspin. You want to stay on that fairway patch, dogleg right. And of course, bring your big dog if you don't have a maxed out sniper or a maxed out guardian, because you want to be able to reach. So we're going to aim at the right side of that sand trap, and then over adjust. Give yourself, it's 3.8 miles per hour, but we're going to play it like it's 5. As much curl as you have, unfortunately that's all I have, and pray you hit perfect.
Perfect shot.
And that should wrap you around. You don't have to be that close to the corner, but you do have to be close. Alright, so we have enough distance, but unfortunately we don't have any backspin. So I'm just going to pretend like it's 5 miles an hour and play it about 2.5 rings diagonal in front of where I'm aiming. So I'm going to try to hit it right there. And if I had any backspin, I would take it, but I don't. So we're just going to try to safely bump it across, hitting it in the center of this little green patch.
shot.
And luckily we are great proofed, but hit it right where I wanted to. However, I don't have any backspin, but that's okay. We're still going to hit eagle by chipping it in. That's a pretty simple shot. Alrighty, folks, that's all I have for you today. I'll see you soon on the course, and we'll be playing Expert later tonight. Have fun!